All right, welcome, everybody. We have today what I would consider to be the Mr. Spock and Captain Kirk of cloud computing. We have some amazing guests today. We have Gohar Junakar and we have Boris Raskin. Welcome, gentlemen, to the show.
Hi everyone. My name is Gohar Junarkar. I'm a senior program manager in Azure Compute, and I'm located in Seattle.
Hi, my name is Boris Raskin. I'm product manager for NX Cloud products at Siemens, and I am located in Boston, Massachusetts.
I am super excited to have you because we're talking about cloud computing, obviously. Citrix just hosted what's called the Citrix Launchpad series and the cloud-specific Launchpad. And if we have viewers out there who hadn't heard of it and haven't tuned into it yet, you can get it on demand. But when it comes to cloud and cloud computing, I thought to myself, what better partners to bring into the conversation than Microsoft, Azure, and Siemens NX. And that's why I'm so excited to have you guys here today. And let's get right into it. Because Gohar, I have been seeing a lot of information out there, a lot of buzz on the wire about Azure NV4 series, and I was hoping you could really give me some juice on that.
Yeah, sure. So what it is here is Azure and AMD have teamed up to produce our NVV4 series VMs. These virtual machines, they have a AMD MI25 GPU and an AMD EPYC Rome CPU. So what does this mean for customers? What it means is high-end acceleration. There's GPUs that are specifically designed to really for premium sort of design and CAD integrated solutions like Siemens NX.
Yep.
These are cost-effective because they offer fractionalized GPUs. You can put as many as 8 users on each GPU and still get a 2 GIB frame buffer. It's obviously available anywhere with 99.99% uptime. So that's really what the VM series is all about.
And that's amazing to be able to get an Azure instance and a VM with a GPU in it. And if you think of GPUs, becoming more and more predominant. But when I think of GPUs, I'm still kind of in that it's the high end graphic demands of like a CAD operation, and I think specifically like manufacturing employees that would really benefit from something like this, a cloud hosted desktop with a GPU and the frame rates that you're talking about, just amazing stuff. And when I think CAD and I think manufacturing and software that's required to drive that, I think Siemens and Boris, I think Siemens NX, and I'm hoping that you can shed some light on me and geek out on that Siemens NX software and how it's using this Azure instance.
Yeah, absolutely. So just to give you a little intro, NX really delivers the next generation of design, simulation, and manufacturing solutions. It really enables the companies to realize the value of the digital twin. And I can't say enough about that. It really, and one of the things that NX is very strong at is that it's very flexible. It has an extensible architecture, and it can be deployed and accessed in many different ways. One of them now is on the cloud with Microsoft Azure with Citrix. So that allows our customers really to work from anywhere and work on the cloud in a very secure environment.
And I'll tell you, Boris, when people look at me, they say immediately the word that comes top of mind is flexibility. And I don't know why, but I seem like a very flexible person. But this flexibility in this context is a little different, because when I think of CAD designers, manufacturing, like we were just discussing, and I think back to the old days, old school, the beige box under the desk and the high-end, high-performance, high-cost end compute that was required to be able to do that 3D rendering and modeling. But now with Siemens NX, that seems to be, like you said, becoming a lot more flexible. Are we enabling CAD designers or designers in general to work in a more hybrid, flexible, remote work style?
Yeah, we certainly are. I mean, during today's global pandemic, a lot of businesses are forced to work remotely, and they encourage their employees to work remotely, for safety. And that work can happen anywhere, from the home office or any other remote work location. And it's very difficult for our users to lug around, very high-end hardware. And so by working on the cloud and allowing NX to be used from an internet browser, it's possible for our customers to really work with any type of laptop. It doesn't have to be a high-end laptop. It could be even a Chromebook. And with that, and if you have a good enough internet connection, you can just access NX and get, access to those great, powerful and flexible tools.
Yeah, and some that Gohar had mentioned is something that really resonated with me, and I want to make sure that we don't just glaze over it. Gohar, you mentioned about this, what was it, 99.99% uptime? Tell me about that.
That's right. So this is kind of like a big key metric amongst cloud companies all over the all over the world. And I will say I've seen the journey that Microsoft's had in trying to get to that number. We're very proud and thrilled to be like I said, 99.99% available for users all across the world. Over and above that, we are also we have the widest and the largest data center network in the world. Mm-hmm. What that means is, as a designer or as a product manufacturing engineer, you are never too far away from an NVV4 VM anywhere in the world.
Right.
And this really, we see that as a big differentiator for us.
Mm-hmm. And then you think about what the employees, the criticality, if that's even that word, that CAD designers are working on, and the modeling and just the projects that they're working on. We're not talking about some, easy, cheap, run-of-the-mill designs that these people are putting out. So using something like a Siemens NX and an Azure NV4, and then the Citrix cloud kind of orchestrating all of that in the background, in that 99.99% availability, in the proximity of those Azure data centers, man, this stuff all comes together like a beautiful orchestra. In tolerance, in fault tolerance, in reliability, in seamlessness, in speed of access. It sounds like, I hate to use that marketing cliche, that best of breed solution that has been created here across these three. Can I get an amen from everybody on that?
I would agree. Certainly. I mean, here you have AMD. You have AMD and Microsoft offering you reliable infrastructure across the world. You have Citrix, who's offering leading-edge virtualization solutions and really desktop as a service at the touch of a button. And Siemens NX, which offers a flexible and integrated CAD solution platform to deliver your products faster and more efficiently.
And Boris, I want to go back to something that we had mentioned earlier, which was the old school, CAD designers with those. You think of those massive boxes that they used to have, and they were tethered to them just to be able to use their design programs. What is the craziest endpoint device that you've seen somebody run these 3D high-end design programs like Siemens NX on? If it's not the heavy, high-end box with the built-in GPU and the dedicated GPU on the box itself. What's that device that stood out? You said, that's amazing. Somebody can run a CAD program on that.
Yeah, as I already mentioned before, you can run it on something like a Chromebook, right? That might not have even a hard drive. It might, just with that internet connection, as long as you have any device. I mean, it will, NX is so flexible, it will even run on a tablet with a touch interface. So really,
Yeah.
any device is available there for you to run NX.
Yeah, and the experience is so seamless when you run, Citrix Workspace and you launch up the software, the CAD design software, and it's cloud hosted, and it just doesn't matter where I am anymore. It doesn't matter what device I'm on anymore, and it doesn't matter what network I'm running through anymore. It's just such a seamless experience. It's made everybody's life so much easier and simpler. But now I'm getting the sign from our executive producer. Our back is against the wall on time. We have a listener out there in Poughkeepsie, and they've fallen in love with Gohar, and they've fallen in love with Boris and the idea of Azure NV4 series instances and Siemens NX. Gohar, where are we pointing them to get more information?
So there's a couple of things. We have a couple of blog posts out with regards to this offer. Just if you want to sort of look those up, I think that could be one place. What I would urge you to do is to also reach out to your Microsoft representative to really get a POC going. We are currently sponsoring POCs for customers who'd like to try out this infrastructure with Siemens NX, and we'd be thrilled to sort of enable those and make those happen for you.
Okay, so wait a minute. Microsoft is sponsoring proof of concepts with Azure NV4 instances, Siemens NX, Citrix Workspace, and all people have to do is contact a Microsoft representative. Another call to action that our listeners can take is go to the Citrix Ready Marketplace. Siemens NX is listed in there, and you can get all the information you want at that point. We also have a great landing page at citrix.com/Microsoft, and that's your repository for all things Citrix and Microsoft related. So it's wonderful to talk to you both. It was such a thrill, such a pleasure. And I want to remind people, if you're watching this, don't forget to go back and take in that Citrix Launchpad cloud episode on demand. You can tune in today. But until next time, I understand these two guys are hitting the road, and they're going to do a Simon and Garfunkel reunion tour. So I can't wait for that. But I'd like to thank my guests, Boris and Gohar, for joining me today. It was a thrill and a pleasure as always. And until next time, everybody, we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.